What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 starting mods you guys should do to your Camaro. If you are a new Camaro owner and you have no idea what to do first or where to start, then definitely watch this video. Okay, starting off with number 1, which is the most popular and my highly recommended, is the cold air intake. So as you guys can see, I have the Rotofab cold air intake on my car, but I say the intake for number 1 just because it is the simplest and easiest bolt-on modification that you guys can do to your car, and there's so many benefits to it. It improves performance. It is said to give you a 20 horsepower gain. I think that really depends on your tune, and then the looks of your car, so obviously it's gonna look better than stock and it's gonna make you look like you know what you're doing. Number 3, this is probably the best thing about it, is the sound. So it's gonna give you that more aggressive sound and whine, and who doesn't want that? Also, like I said, it is just a simple bolt-on modification and no tuning required. So obviously once you start tuning, then you'll be able to see the power gains and all of that, but it is not necessary. So that's why I say it is number 1 and definitely the simplest and easiest starting mod to do. Moving on to number 2 is going to be the side skirts and front lip, front splitter, side rockers, whatever you want to call them. So for the side skirts or side rockers, there are 2 things that I highly recommend to add to your Camaro if you would like to get the more aggressive muscle car look. So people don't really realize how big of a difference these parts actually make to your car until you install them. So I promise you guys, your Camaro is going to look so much better just by adding simple side skirts and a front splitter. So not only does the front splitter add a more aggressive look to the front end, but it also will make your car appear lower than it actually is. So it just gives it that same with the side skirts. So if you are going for the more aggressive muscle car look and you guys just want to look like you know what you're doing and you know how to mod your car, then these are a super simple thing to add onto your car. For the ZL1, they come with them, and I believe every Camaro model is different depending on what you get and the options that you have on your car. But if you do not have any at all, or you maybe want to upgrade to carbon fiber, I highly recommend doing so. Like I said, side skirts and front lip, they just add a huge difference to the look of your Camaro and make it look aggressive. And who doesn't want that, you know? So I actually have a friend who bought a Camaro SS, and his Camaro did not come with a front splitter or side skirts. Did it come with side skirts? I'm not sure, but I know for a fact it did not come with a front splitter because I gave him crap about it when I saw his car for the first time, and I told him immediately when I saw his car that he needs to add a front splitter, and he ended up listening to me and buying the front splitter and installing it, and it literally looked 10 times better, you guys. When you come up to the red light and someone pulls up next to you, you want them to think that you're cool. So number 3 is going to be coilovers. So this is going to give your Camaro the lowered look and the more aggressive look. So if you are looking for that, then definitely suggest coilovers. So coilovers, you're able to adjust the ride height of the car. So obviously Camaro's stock do not have the best fitment. They look like a monster truck. Kind of dramatic, but you guys know what I mean. So you're gonna be able to adjust the ride height so that you can lower your car, and mine happens to be completely maxed out. So mine's completely lowered to the ground. Also dramatic. Yeah, mine's completely maxed out, so mine is extremely low on coilovers right now. And so with coilovers, you're going to be able to adjust the ride height, and these have 32-way adjustable dampers. So you can basically kind of choose how stiff you want the Camaro to drive. You can basically adjust the firmness and stiffness, softness. Why can't I think of what I'm trying to say right now? Previously on my car, I had the Detroit Speed coilovers, and I don't know if you guys have been following me for a while, then you know that my shocks were completely blown out and leaking. So those are completely off the car and are sent out to JRI to be rebuilt. And so these coilovers that I have in my car are kind of temporary. So they are the Rev 9 Hyperstraight 2s, I believe is how you say it. But yeah, so that's what I have in my car currently, and I think it rides pretty nice. So with coilovers, you can basically, there's so many different prices with them, so you don't exactly have to break the bank, and these ones are cheaper. I believe these were $400 total for all four, and that's cheap. So moving on to number 4 is going to be LED side markers. So if you just bought a Camaro, you probably have the orange and red side markers, reflectors on your car, and they probably do not look the best. So I think this is such a simple and cheap mod that you guys can do to your car. They are usually just plug and play, and these ones are from Diode Dynamics. They are LED tinted, and they make such a big difference on your car. You guys are probably like, Autumn, why are you telling us about side markers? That's so stupid. But you guys, it actually makes such a big difference once you see and switch them out. And it makes your Camaro look a lot more aggressive, and who doesn't like the more aggressive look? And yet again, it makes it look like you know what you're doing and you're modding your car. But yes, highly recommend side markers. And then the front ones are orange, obviously. But I think the LED ones look so much better than the red. And yeah, it's just, you get, with the stock ones, they're red and they have like the yellowish bulb, and it's just not the vibe at all. So highly recommend Diode Dynamics LED side markers. Okay, last but not least, number 5 are taillights. So depending on what Camaro you guys get, you might have the red stock taillights, and if you have these, then you know that they do not look the best, and you definitely want to upgrade those to something that are tinted or sequential. For me, I have the tinted sequential taillights, which I absolutely love. They're still the stock design, which I love. They just have a more aggressive look to them. I don't like to go too crazy. Taillights are such an easy and simple modification you guys can do to your car that will make it look like you guys know what you're doing. And they are usually plug and play, so they're super simple, and there are so many different taillights on the market. Mine are from Auto Addict, and they do have a bunch of different choices. You guys can use my code ZALE1BABE for a discount. But highly recommend taillights, because they're just gonna give you that more aggressive, modded Camaro look, if that makes any sense. And yeah, short and simple. Sweet and simple kills the cat. Just made that up.